Welcome to MATLAB programming. So today we are going to see a MATLAB program which identifies shapes. So the shapes we are going to identify are rectangle, square and circle. So these are the three shapes: rectangle, square and circles. So these shapes has to be identified in among. So I'll show you the sample image. So this is the sample image we are going to give as an input to the MATLAB program we are going to run today. So in this image we have a rectangle, this is this is a square, this is a rectangle and this is a circle, oval. So and then there are some irregular shapes. So our aim of the program is to identify only the squares, rectangles and circles, right? So today we are going to write a program. So the output of the program will be, so we will be marking this as a square. So we will be marking square. So this is a circle. So we have three circles, and there is there are 1 2 3 4 5 rectangles, I think so. So let us see how our program is able to identify the shapes given in the input program, right? So input picture, right? So we'll go to a MATLAB. So this program uses many types of conversions, and the image properties are mainly used, right? So I think you have an image processing toolbox in your MATLAB, and so we'll see how our program works. So the first thing that we have an algorithm of this program. First we will be reading the input image, then we will be converting into a grayscale, and then grayscale image is converted using a threshold to a binary image, and then next from the binary image we are going to read the boundary region properties and the boundary box. So the boundary box function is also used, and the regional properties, so region props of the MATLAB is also used, and the program is being executed using the MATLAB 2012 version, right? So we'll see the program. So this is the program which I'm going to execute now. So I think it's visible, right? I'll copy this and put it on a Word program, and so that it will be visible to you, right? So this is the program. So we have the three common lines we usually use in MATLAB. So CLC is for clearing the previous commands, and C clear all and close all is used to clear all the values in the memory. And so this to be careful, we should not use this clear all and close all for all programs, because see, if we have a program which has multiple functions in a separate MATLAB program, separate MATLAB scripts, then so a value from one program is going to be used in the another program. So in that case, if we use this clear all and close all, those entire values will be cleared. So you have to be careful. So this has to be used only for an individual programs, right? So individual programs are before a main program, right? So in all the sub functions we should not use this, so that the we call temporary values. So the temporary values will be deleted, and the program may result in a logical error. So right, so we are reading an image. So this image is my laptop, and the image, so what we saw here, so this is the image, and so it's a bitmap picture. So it's a bitmap picture image, and right, so this it will be, the RGB is a variable in which the image is read and stored. RGB is the image, which RGB is the variable in which the image is stored. So that image is being displayed here. The RGB image is displayed using the IMShow function. So we were using here before FIG or a figure. So figure is used to show or open the image in a separate window. So if we are not using the figure, so we have I have used many IMShow functions here. So IMShow here. So when this line is being executed, this IMShow, this function, what the original image will be closed, and then the grayscale image will be opened. So we do not want that. So we want all the conversions to be seen. So we are using this figure syntax. So this is the function IMShow to display an image in a MATLAB. Next, the MATLAB image is converted, the given image is converted to a grayscale image using the RGB2 gray function. So this is a function converts BMP, so converts an image to a grayscale image. So color RGB image is converted to a grayscale image. So that image is also displayed here. So now that original image is also be displayed in the output window, separate window, and the grayscale image will also be displayed, right? So next we are finding the threshold of that grayscale. So threshold is a value. It is the middle value. So I think it's the mean value of the entire intensity of the image, right? So if the image, so there are many intensities. There may be many intensities. Sir, the intensity is the value of the pixels. So the value of the pixels may range from 0 to 255, right? So then that average value is being found, right? Then that image is converted to a black and white image based on that threshold. So threshold is a value, right? So threshold is a value where the intensity or the pixel values greater than the threshold will be converted to 1, and the pixel values lesser than the threshold value will be converted to zeros, so that we will be getting a black and white image. So we are, so in an image there are many pixels and each pixel has a value. So now our objective is to convert into a black and white image, right? So which are all will be considered to black and which are all will be considered to white, that has to be decided by this threshold value. So gray thresh is a function which finds the threshold of a given grayscale image. So based on the threshold, that image is converted into black and white image, so binary image, so which consists of pixels only of values zeros and 1. So that image is being displayed using this line. Next, so next the converted binary image is inverted. So what is inversion? So binary image, when it is inverted, it is nothing but all zeros will be converted to ones and all ones will be converted to zeros. So the zeros and ones will be inverted, right? So that displayed it. So that image we'll see how it comes, right? Next we have BW properties function. So BW properties, so we are going to find the boundaries. So now everything will be easily identified. Everything is, the edges will be easily identified because so there are only two colors, so zeros and ones, so black and white. So the difference between the black and white can be easily identified. So this is why we convert an image to a black and white, convert to a binary, because so if we take an RGB image or even a grayscale image, pixel values may have some, like say for example I have some 103 value of the pixel and the neighboring will be 104, right? So in one area, so in another area there may be 252 or 253. So 252 and 253 will be more or less the same. So we have the same. So light yellow, we have colors like light yellow, dark yellow. So in that wise, so when we have to find the boundary between that light yellow and dark yellow, so it will be difficult. So for that, to avoid that, we are converting that into a so we are taking a threshold, we are taking a common value, and based on that we are converting into zeros and ones. So between 0 and 1, between black and white, we can easily find a boundary. So that is why we are converting the image into a binary image. So using BW boundaries, we are finding the boundaries of that image. So boundaries of that image and its components, right? Mainly its components. So you have an argument. So BW is the converted black and white image, and no holes is the property where so no holes is what? So BW boundaries, you know what it will do. So if you have and if you have a circle inside that rectangle, so that we call as hole, right? So that is we call as hole. So that will also be that boundary will also be identified by this BW boundary. We do not want that, so we want only the outer boundary, so outer shapes. So no holes. So if we give no holes as an argument to this BW boundary, so it will reject all those inner circles or inner shapes. So that will be stored in this array BL, right? So next, so we take using this L, we are finding the regional properties of all the shapes inside it. So all the connected components inside it. So that values will be stored in the stats. So that then the image will is displayed. So that again the RGB image is displayed where, so that in that image we will be labeling. So using this, so we are going to plot. So plot, so whether it is a circle or a rectangle or square. So we are going to plot. So we are going, so to plot this we are keeping this line hold on. So hold on is used where the previous graphical, so the previous output, so the previous picture output is kept still, and so that the plotting is exactly plotted. The plot we are going to plot exactly on that shape, right? We are going to plot exactly. So if that previous image is moved, the plotting may vary, so that we are keeping the hold on. So it's a graphic function, and we are using a loop. So we have a loop and we have a switch statement where in which it will identify square, rectangle, and circle. So we have three switch cases: case 1, case 2, case 3, case 1, case 2, case 3, and so this program using this for loop, it will find whether, so this is the bounding box. So we are using the bounding box and the stats value. So using the stats value, we will be finding the value of that I. So sorry, value in that I. So if that centroid, so if it matches the three cases, one of the three cases, we will be making it as a circle, rectangle, or a square. So S is for square, this is for rectangle, and O is for circle. So this is the entire program, and we will try to execute. So I will try to execute the program. Shapes identify. So I am adding it to the path. Right. So the program is executing, and this is the final image. Right. So see, we have different. So since we have given a figure, so the figure of I am show, so that all the images, all the outputs will be displayed. So this is the original image. So this is the original image, original input image. Then figure 2 is the converted grayscale image. So this is the grayscale image, and the figure 3. So we are going next to figure. This is an output image. So output image in a binary form. So see here, converting an image to the binary makes all the inner so convert zeros and ones, so that the inner portions all are black and the background is white. So we are next we are going to invert it. So if we invert this, the square will be filled. So this is the inverted image. So this is a black and white image, and this is an inverted image of that, right? So I have then we have the final result here. So this is the final result. So the program marks, see the plots. So the plot is being used to make this square inside the square, and an X mark in the rectangle, and a 0 inside a circle. So we have three circles, right? It has identified the three circles, it has identified the four rectangles, and it has an identified square. So these are irregular shapes. So irregular shapes, or we do not code for that. So it has not marked anything. So the function. So this function, where is the program? Right. So this is the, so we have to make it hold on. So if we do not use hold on, where is that result? So that result, it will be marking somewhere else. So here a circle should be here. Also a circle will be, if you move or the image is being displaced, 0 will be here. So to make it in a fixed position, we are using this hold on. So right, this is the program, right? So you try to execute this program and find the output. So you will be getting all the 5 images, right? So the final image, so where circles, rectangles, and squares are identified, right? So you try to execute this program, and we'll see in another class the next program. Thank you.